Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So I know I have been gone for quite some time now, but anyway, life happens, and so I'm here. My name is Shifah. This channel is all about tips, tricks. I love natural hair. I do some videos on natural hair. I do some vlogs here and there, and then a little bit of tips, advice, something I've learned, something I've had works, so I'll share on here. So today being so excited to film this video, so I just want to share. This is going to be like there's going to be a part 1 and part 2. Yes, so part 1 is changes I have made or am making in my life that are improving my overall quality of life. Like they might be huge, they might be tiny, but overall they've changed my quality of life. I don't want to say generalize and say, oh, I'm happier, or I'm healthier, but overall I see a change. It's not so huge, but it's there and I need to notice it. Yeah. So without further ado, let's dive into this video, and I hope you pick a thing or two from these things and maybe adapt or put them in your life and see what works for you.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning.
So they don't have to, the order that I've put them in doesn't really matter. So going on, number 1 is developing continuous learning mindset. Oh my god. you I don't know, you had that sigh I made. This has been like tough, like for me, if I've known something, they've told me this is how it is, there is no way you're going to tell me there is a new discovery. There are how many planets on Earth now? There is maybe a 10th. You cannot tell me otherwise, unless I don't know. But since adapting this habit, or this, it's not really a habit, but this mindset that there's always going to be something new to learn, you should just be curious to learn it. Don't shut yourself off and be like, okay, me I know this one, this is what I know, you can't tell me otherwise. Guys, this lighting is going to be a little bit tricky, but bear with me. I'm in a park and the sun comes in and then it comes out, so just bear with me please. So going back to my point, continuous learning mindset, that's very vital, because change is inevitable. If you're going to lag behind, then you're going to probably miss out on so much. I don't want to say miss out, but you know how they say ignorance is bliss. You need to be mindful of what you're absorbing as information. When it comes to Instagram, when it comes to Facebook, when it comes to Twitter, what are you reading? This is not to say, hey, your life has to be serious all the time. No, but just be mindful as you're taking in that piece of information. Be mindful, okay, how is it helping me here? If it's entertainment, that is also helpful. I mean, you're entertained, If it is educational, you've added something to to yourself, or maybe a skill you've added on to yourself. Be curious, be open to learning, because adult education is also tricky. For you, you don't want to be in high school. We used to call it kwesaba. How do I not know this? How do they bachiraba batyanga? How do they say bachiraba batyanga sichimanyi? How come? Just I don't know, just undress, be open to learning. Or you were taught these mathematical equations, x plus y equals z, and now it is x plus z. Be open to it. Ask questions like, okay, why is it z? Be curious enough to find out why is it z, not y like it used to be. I don't know if you've heard, but it's actually true what they say, or what I've actually heard. When you change how you think, you change how you feel. This is so when I'm speaking it out loud, it kind of doesn't doesn't resonate with probably you out there, or it didn't resonate with me at first. I was like, so I change how I feel, and then rather I change how I think, and then I'll change how I feel. But it does. It does. You'll be surprised. Like, if you're there saying I can't, I'll use an example from like myself. I use me as an example. I'm like, so I can't braid my hair. I can't. I just can't. But you haven't even tried. So you're going to think like that, and you know our brain is funny. I don't know. You will think it, and then somehow you will believe it that you can't. Meanwhile, you haven't even tried, right? So changing how you think. For example, if I replace that thought with let me try and see if I can. I don't know if it's a really good example, but I'll go deeper. I'll dive deeper into that when I in part 2 of the video of how like if you replace that thought with let me try. Just don't go, okay, I understand you have no idea, you have no clue about this. But for me, I've kind of like I'm adapting that sort of is it a culture or that thing, like there is a task at hand that I have to complete, or there is something I really, really love and I want to learn, and I have no clue about it. I'm like, it's not that I can't, it's that I haven't, given myself not really the permission, but I haven't explored what this is all about. I haven't exhausted all the resources that are around me that I can use to get more knowledge or get more information about this thing that I actually want to learn. I'm not going to go straight to I can't, so I can't. Changing that mindset of okay, I've never done this, I probably can't. Let me tell you, I did not know how to make chapatis to save my ass. Yeah, but being away from home, because I'm the last born, so mostly in our culture, in our, okay, let me just say in our home in our home, usually, like if you have those big functions, you're the last born, you're the one who goes and washes dishes. They don't give you those big tasks of you're preparing the meal, you're making maybe chapatis for the guests. You're just told to go and wash dishes. So me, I grew up like in that kind of setting, so I didn't really get to explore, make those mistakes of make bad chapatis for the guests and maybe learn from it. So after I went away from home, that's when I started like, okay, I want a chapati, but I want the one that is, Ugandan style, like katungulu, what, carrots. I'm like, but why don't I make them? And I make them. To date, I'm just perfecting. Yesterday I made some and they were except I put a lot of salt. But every day I see myself improving, like the way I make my chapatis. The other day, and I keep asking, so what have I done wrong? Because in the beginning it was I made like they were thick and they were not ready. So I was like, okay, next time I make them. There is a way you feel when someone tells you how bad, let me say when someone criticizes you, and that is actually going into the next point. But when you feel kind of, as for me, I don't want, okay, I know that I don't want, like my feelings are squished like this when like someone is like commenting about my stuff, or like they were not up there, I don't know if you all get that, but it's necessary, like otherwise you will not be able to know what you did wrong, so you can correct it. So up to that, I make them now. Yesterday I feel like I made the best of all those I have made before, because I made the dough very fine. I gave it time to get ready. I took time to make it that ready, except the salt was, That brings me to the next point, which is being open to criticism. I have a hard time pronouncing that word. Yeah, it is criticism. criticism, being open to that, and take good or bad, take it and then let it help you to work upon yourself. And just the other day, my friend told me something about my videos, and I was like the way I welcomed it, I'm like, wait, before I used to be like, no, don't tell me. But I was like, okay, yeah, I would love to listen. I would love to hear your feedback. I'm like, yes. I don't know, there is something in me that was so afraid, that used to be afraid of, being criticized, or I don't know, I thought maybe that means I'm bad at my job, or that what, Missy, I guess I was like Miss Perfection. I don't know. Not living by default. You know how you wake up, you brush your teeth, go to work. And this one is common really when you're here like when you're working abroad, like Cheyo. I don't know for you, but you wake up, all I do is wake up, go to work, come back, cook, then sleep. Like, that is, the cycle goes, and like it repeats itself. Before you know it, it is 1 year, second, third. You've lived your whole life like that, just like that. And then you're like, okay, where did time go? Okay, what have I done with my life? So I've been more intentional with my time, first of all. So I don't just want to live life by default. Okay, you go to work, you make the money, then you wait for the end of the month, and then you send home money or do this. Don't live life by default. Okay, everyone is doing this, I should also be doing that. Or like tugenderao, or you know how they say kayola not peer pressure, jumla, you just go jumla. No, like being intentional. Like, I don't know, even in my religion, intention is the first thing you need. I'm not sure, is it the first thing? You need intention to, like, make those 5 daily prayers. And you're intentional, that means you're choosing to do that thing. You're setting out time to choose to do that thing. You're making time for that particular thing because it's probably important to you. And like, for example, if I hadn't set out time to choose the clothes I would be wearing today, then when the time for example, if I had the time, like I would be filming in the morning and I didn't set out clothes to wear, then it would encroach on the time when I would want to film, because I didn't set out time to do the prior task that would help me be on time to film the video. I don't know if I make sense, but yes, we make the plans in the head, but you need to be more intentional. Don't live by default. Like, for me, that one, I'm here to make another video about like I think there are 3 words that have stood out for me in 2021. Please watch out or keep an eye out for that one. So that brings me to the next point, or the next change that I have made or that I'm making in my life to improve my overall quality of life. So I don't want to go into the how, tricky to separate, but I'll just say, so noticing and naming my feelings or my emotions. Sounds like what is that? Noticing and naming my feelings or my emotions. I did, like, let me say, it's like when you have let me say kidney stones in your kidney. Ngatomanyi, unless you have it examined for them to notice that they are there, only then will they take action to like do surgery, do procedures, or like remove them, so, and prevent them from probably happening again, or make it in such a way that the next time it's to happen, there will be like maybe signs, or they'll be able to notice them earlier on than they did this time. So for me, coming out this is kind of like, okay, too personal, but yeah, I feel like I want to share for anyone out there who, like, for the longest time they've been struggling with their emotions and feelings, and you don't know how to really process them. I didn't even know that there was a word processing. Like, what do you mean? I feel anger, kalas. I feel downy, kalas. What? Like, you just sweep them away. There's nothing like processing. Simanya, okay, we are opening, we are seeing, what is this, what is that, what does this mean? I didn't know those things to save my life. Like, nothing. Like, I just know, okay, you feel love, you feel anger, you feel jealousy, you feel what else? Hungry, you feel what? Which other emotion? Hatred. And that's, you know how we normally say, in a natural hatred towards that person. Like, I didn't know that there was something called process. You can process your emotions, you can process your feelings. You need to examine those feelings, that they are there as a function. And today, the society we live in, it's made in such a, I don't know, like maybe how we grew up. It's like, okay, when you feel jealous, that is bad girl, that is bad. When you feel angry, you cannot be angry. It's almost like you're not supposed to feel those feelings, but they're there. Like, they're there. So first of all, noticing them is one way to, one step forward for you to process them and examine what exactly are they there for. So when you notice, okay, I feel angry, okay, or rather, okay, I'm feeling something, and then, okay, what is that? Then you give it a name. You're like, okay, I feel anger, so you give it a name. You're like, okay, that is anger. So why am I feeling like this? Okay, she did so and so. Okay, when she did so and so, it made me feel this way, so okay, how do I go about this? Why is it, why am I feeling angry? Is it because she's more successful than I am? Is it because she talked down on me? Is it because she shouted at me? Like, how can I, make sure that, I don't feel that way towards her? Or is there even a solution to this? Like, you notice, you name, then you're like, you get down to the nitty gritty of like, okay, why? Like, I didn't know all of this. Like, just feel for default and the default settings. You feel, okay, you are meant, we usually feel angry. Yes, you feel angry. Hey, you go. What else? You are feeling downy. You feel down. You cry. You go. You just go through. God knows when. I've chosen to take action rather than complain. Like, I shift my focus. How can I say? For example, especially when you realize that something does not really matter, that it's not that big of a deal. I'm like 360. I'm like, okay, does it? When I look at it, I'm like, okay, chinyamba to chinyamba. Is it because just I'm feeling until, like, is it there? I'm just feeling like it's making me uncomfortable. It's making a certain type of way. I'm like, okay, I'm shifting focus to the things that matter. You get my point? So it's not necessarily running away from whatever is making me feel a certain type of way. I'll shift my focus in a moment, because maybe I'm going to waste time on this one thing, yet I could have been doing something else, and then I can come back to this. So I literally just shift my focus. I don't want to say just, because it's a bit tough. Because when you're, for example, when you're in the moment and you're, let's say, mad about this, and you're like, it's frustrating you, it's agitating, it's kind of and for me, the person that I am, I want to deal with it there and then. There and then. You can't tell me nothing. So now I'll be like, okay, before I even say out, maybe if it's an argument, before I even say things that I don't mean, let me shift my focus onto something else that is, I don't want to say more meaningful, but that I will, focus on for the meantime, as maybe I cool off, as maybe, get something done rather than, attending to this. So yeah, shifting my focus. And, they also say what you focus on becomes bigger, like it's magnified. You focus on, okay, I'm a failure. It's just going to explode in front of your face. And yeah, so shift your focus and, put your energy into, or pour your energy into that something that's taking you to another level. Yeah. And to throw more light on that, not complaining does not mean I'm not going to say when I'm uncomfortable, but the complaining is, for example, I'm at my job and they're telling me, okay, you're not doing a great job, and yet for me I see as though I'm doing a great job. I'm going to be like, okay, why? Okay, they're telling me I'm falling short here and there, so what can I do about it? Let me, take action, improve. So rather than complain, I'm like, iranze bansosola, iranze nze lwaki nze gwe balondayo, why means I know the way. It might be that you are making maybe lots of mistakes. Check yourself. Rather than complaining, that time you're using to complain, you could have shifted your focus onto improving yourself. You did young. I don't want to be taken for granted. So I'm like, how can I say, I'm also like putting that out, pouring that same vibe out there. Like, I'm not going to, because if you I feel like if you don't want to take something for granted or someone for granted, you're going to make sure that in a way you're not entitled. For example, you have your friend, you don't, again, I guess you have to lower your expectations. You just know that they're all, like, put it in your head that they're human, they fall short, or sometimes they have other responsibilities. It's not about you alone. So the point that I'm trying to bring out is not being entitled. Like, show some, how can I say, I don't want to say respect, but don't get overly entitled. Like, you expect one, she's my best friend, she has to do this, she's my husband, he has to do this. Like, instead, I feel like the things that they do, don't take them for granted. Like, if they help you out, maybe with chores, if they help you with anything, just don't take it for granted and appreciate what they're doing for you, rather than feeling like you're entitled. Yeah, he's my husband, well, he's supposed to do that anyway. So before you know it, you're going to fall into that cycle of, yeah, I expect that from him. Yeah, you're going to kind of take it for granted, and you're like, yeah, I'm entitled to this. So expectations is kakanye. But oh my god, this lighting has been just the worst. Anyway, so my last point will be, it's okay to say no, at least when it serves you. And this one I speak to myself, because your girl, no, you cannot say it. It's a taboo to say it. Even in our culture, by the way. For example, abantu abakulu batugamba tolina kudda muntu mukulu. It's like you're not supposed to say no, even if it's uncomfortable. You have to kwenyigiriza, you as you. So we're brought up in such a way that you're saying no, bad girl, bad boy. Instead, you're saying yes, yes, yes. We're encouraging, like, we are uploading, how can I say, it's okay. Bad girl. So I'm telling this myself every day. It's okay to say no. It's okay. When it serves you, it's okay. People will understand. So they will eventually understand. That note, this brings us to the end of our video, and just let me know what have you changed in your life, or what are you trying to change, or what changes have you made or are making, because it takes time. You don't just switch. It's not a switch. So let me know down in the comments, or yeah, just let's engage. Let me see what you guys have changed, or maybe I can also pick a leaf, pick a forest. Yeah. And yeah, that's it for my 2021. Those are the things that I feel like I've made change, or I'm making change. Shifting things around, zhuzhing up stuff in my life. Yeah, never too late to learn, embrace, adopt, whatever that is. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands, but yeah. Anyway, so I'll see you around. Bye bye.